Hey guys, Dave Glover here from the Dave Glover Show on FM News Talk 97.1 with my buddy Mike from Weber Chevrolet. Good to see you again, Mike. Today we're talking filters. Whether it's your air conditioner at home, your furnace at home, your car, filters are so easy, so easy to overlook, and yet so important.
Well, they're kind of hidden in the car. They want them out of sight. Fuel mileage is one of the things that's just constantly on people's minds, and the most controllable filter that we have, because we don't have warnings. We got warnings for everything on this car with the exception of an air filter. It has to be physically checked. And I pulled just a couple this week that we literally just had folks come in. This guy's job is to indeed do that. I've got to have what's going in the motor to be as clean as humanly possible. I want things nice and smooth. If it restricts, just think about the milkshake and the cherry gets caught in the bottom and you're sucking on it. That motor is suffering. Again, these things are very, very efficient from what we used to have just a few years ago. But it's so easy to peel one out, and when folks come in for lube and filter, it's not on your mind, you're thinking more liquids. But most of them are contained in our engine compartment. They have some devices on them that make it a little tough to get out, so that's kind of why we're the experts on this. It could be very, very good on it. Surface area is just huge. It catches all kinds of silly stuff in it. When in doubt, throw out. Good example, this one was probably in the mid-20s. The junk comes in and starts to restrict it. Your fuel mileage slowly goes down. You go, why? No warning lights. It has to go in pretty bad shape before that happens. One thing I love to show folks, oil filters have changed so dramatic in the last few years. Our engines are getting smaller. It takes horsepower to turn that oil pump to get the oil that goes to the motor. So in kind, General Motors has kind of downsized our filters. When they do that, again, I get the surface area of the cut one apart here to kind of show you. But on the inside, it's catching all kinds of gooky stuff. One of those things that I used to change the oil with my pop, those days are gone. It's a pain. Again, if life makes it easy for these guys, they have the tools and the technology to change these kind of things for you. Just as comparison, there's a nice new fresh one, but you can see the size is smaller. So we have an oil life monitor on our car that is excellent. But like our scenario with the low fuel, when it gets to about 25% life, you don't go to zero. When you go to zero, you got nothing. When it hits about 25%, it's the time. And it's a grading sliding curve. It says, okay, if you start and run short distances, you're going to need to change your oil sooner than if you get on the highway and everything gets hot in there. So kind of follow that as a guideline. Remember 25%, that's a good number to do. One of the most overlooked filters on all of our cars, and we've been incorporating these into the last few years, is inside the car. Just like our air conditioning filter at home, I have a HEPA filter. And this guy's job, we take in fresh air for all of our cars right at the base of the windshield, and we either heat it up or we cool it. Well, to keep junk, and everybody parks underneath the tree, this one had about 16 or 18,000 miles on it this week. You can see how grungy and how nasty it gets. Another thing, you want to kind of keep it as clean as you can inside your car. A lot of folks that have some allergies, it's not a true HEPA filter, but it knocks down the big particulates.
So again, as always, if you have some skills, you can try to do it yourself, but you can always bring the car into any of the locations for Weber Chevrolet. We will do it expertly, so you don't have to worry about you and your family's safety. Mike, as always, thanks.
Not a problem, Dave.
It's never been easier to contact us here at Weber Chevy. Just pull out your smartphone and the Weber Chevy app, and you can schedule maintenance, service, or repairs.